Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly review Kingdoms Reborn. This is a game that you can find on Steam's Early Access program for about 20 bucks. I stress early access, that means everything that you're about to see here, including this review, is subject to change. Now, it's worth noting that I am doing this live. Typically, I do the voiceover separately, but I just got my second COVID vaccine. I'm feeling under the weather, very lazy right now, so this is just easier for me to do. But it'll give me a chance to actually explain what I'm doing as I'm doing it. So what is Kingdoms Reborn? Well, I did cover this before via live stream, but to sum it up, it's like Banished multiplayer, kind of, sort of. It has more options and features than Banished, in my opinion, at least the unmodded version. Banished luckily has tons of modded content, lots of community creators out there that are able to, program and figure all that stuff out. I'm not so good at that. But there's a ton of Steam Workshop support for Banished, so I do want to recommend that game still, despite the fact that Kingdoms Reborn does offer a bit more and has a different approach to things. So there's single and multiplayer here. As you can see, it's not very active, but again, early access. I have not tried multiplayer yet. Perhaps if I got another key or two from the developer, I'd be happy to maybe test multiplayer out with a couple of people. We'll just jump into single player real quick. I'll show you what a new game setup is like. There's the options here. Map seed, map size, small, medium, and large. Sea level, very low to all the way to very high. Moisture, very dry to very wet. Temperature, very low to very high. Mountain density, very low to very high. AI players, 0, 1, 2, 3. AI players right now are very rudimentary, so I wouldn't even worry about them. There's no combat from what I can tell. It's just more economic based. Difficulty, easy, normal, hard, brutal, emperor, immortal, and deity. Fine, that's awesome. I love that. I love the fact that there's so many difficulty options available. Bring them on. Alright, so once you create this world and hit start game, you'll be able to choose a starting location. But rather than go through the process of that, I'm going to load up my previous save so you can see the game a bit more advanced, okay? So here's the world as it is, okay? This is what was generated, and then you'll be able to pick a spot on the map. Now, this map is broken up into sections. You can see yellow outlines here, and each of these sections, or regions, whatever they're called, has a cost to them. So whenever you go to expand your empire, typically you're going to have to pay money to do that. If you zoom out, you can kind of see here my outline. This isn't, like, I'm going to say 8 or 9 regions. Okay, so I've been expanding over time. But like Banished, you're going to be putting down various structures. You're going to be putting down houses, for example, like here's a level 1 house, and this will help you support people. Without houses, they will leave. You won't have a workforce, and, well, bad things happen. So you need houses to support people. Like in games like Caesar, they do level up assuming they've got luxury goods. For example, if you look on the right-hand side of the screen, you'll see occupants, coal heating efficiency, and so on, appeal. But then down below, there's fuel and luxury. So you can give them luxury goods in order to level up their houses. You can also spend resources here, like stone, upgrade stone insulation, upgrade hearth fireplace, and so on. And that makes these buildings more efficient. Here's a house level 2, for example. Houses will downgrade if you don't continuously supply them with what they need. You can build things like storage yards. That allows you to store things, obviously. Fishing lodges. Again, everything has like an efficiency radius in this game. So you want to sort of separate out your gatherer buildings so that you're not crossing the streams, as it were. It makes it more efficient that way. And again, you can spend, on the right-hand side, there's resources to level up various aspects of these buildings. On the very left-hand side of the interface are your resources in general. You've got like coins, that's your money. They're used for purchasing various buildings and goods. And then down below is your science or research. You'll be opening up your research tree. There's 2 different trees. You can't unlock things at the same time. Your science is sort of split between them. You've got like a tech tree and an upgrades tree, and I'll show you that in a minute. Continuing on the left, there's population, adults and children, population and housing space, there's storage space, overall happiness. That's like food, housing, luxury, entertainment, and so on. And you got resources like wood, coal. Coal is used for winter to keep people warm. Medicinal herbs for sickness, stone tools. Again, this is just a sampling of the resources. You can like upgrade to the medieval era and so on. So you'll be getting other resources over time, like iron. That's not something I've gotten yet. But I'm growing cotton and leather right now. There's your food overall. This consumption yearly is not like that's not a true representation because wheat is gathered at a certain time in the year. So you'll see your consumption for, say, wheat like really small for a while, and then it'll just skyrocket during a particular time of the year. If you want something a bit more, I guess, a bit more steady, do fishing or something like that. But you get the idea. But you're going to be gathering food sources from all over the place here. Again, there is AI in this game. He's somewhere. I don't know where he is. I'm sure he's around. There he is. He's actually expanding quite a bit. Not too bad. Again, they don't like directly attack you in this game. So that's kind of nice. There's no military that you have to worry about. On the very bottom of the screen is what's unique to this game. It operates on a card system. So there are games like, I don't want to say deck builders, but there are games like, say, Ratropolis that operate on a deck system where over time you can draw new cards. So I'm going to click on this flashing card button. And now I can buy cards. Now these cards are one-time use. In Banished, you can build as many foresters as you want, or as many X building as you want, so as long as you've got the resources to do it. Here you're going to be drafting cards and then picking the ones you want to buy, spending money to do so, then you can put it down one time. Okay. They still need resources. So it's 120 bucks, for example, just to buy this forester card. And then you need 50 wood and 50 stone to actually build it once you put it down. So there's that. So you'll be able to get more buildings via this card system. That's kind of cool, actually. There are some buildings that you can always purchase, like houses are always available for purchase, dirt roads, storage, bridge, farms. Those are typical things that you can always purchase. You can also gather stone, tree, and non-fruit trees as you see fit, like in Banished, and then just gather those resources. I'm going to hit fast forward time just to get us out of the winter so you can see some other seasons. Upper right-hand corner is the tech tree. Again, there's two trees here. One's tech and one's upgrade. So if I scroll to the right, you'll see that there's a bunch of techs available. Right now I'm in the Middle Age, but if I scroll to the right, it goes all the way up to the Industrial Age. You'll see things like electricity, petroleum, economic theory. Some of these are just upgrades, but you get the idea. Banks, colonization, logistics, stone roads. It's just a sampling. So there's a lot of text here to worry about. And then the upgrades tree is more of like improving existing things. Like you can just upgrade this frugality book 10 times. And what that does is every time you research it, you get a frugality book. And there are cards that you can earn that you can slot into buildings. So, for example, this fishing lodge, I've got a frugality book in here. That decreases the upkeep cost by 70%. So my upkeep here is 1 gold. If I took this book away, it'd be like 4 or 5 gold. Okay. So by slotting books into buildings, you can make them more efficient, you can make them easier, cheaper, whatever, you know what I mean? So that's one of the benefits of the upgrade tree is you can just continuously grind out books. You can research things like cabbage seeds. You can make this homebrew card available, trading company, shrubbery, all the way to the right. In the Industrial Age, there's bling bling. This is a slot card. Grand Palace, social welfare. So 2 trees, you cannot do both at the same time. All right. So you have to sort of figure out, okay, what do I want to do next? There's a goal, like little task thing over here, which kind of guides you in the right direction as to what you should be trying to do next. But ideally, don't run out of coal, don't run out of medicine, don't run out of food. That's the general advice that I have. And I'm actually down to 54 coal. My yearly consumption is 591. I'm probably going to want to build more of these charcoal burners just to deal with that. So I might click on that. I don't see a charcoal burner here. I'm going to recycle this for free. Clay pit, fishing wildcard brickworks. Yeah, I'm just gonna hit cancel on that. I've got some wildcards available. I can pick whatever building I want from here. I'm just gonna go ahead and pick a, if I can find it, charcoal burner. There we go. And I'm gonna put that down. Very similar to Banished, though, in the way this building behaves. I'm gonna just throw that there. And hopefully that will solve my charcoal problem. But again, it's going to increase over the other seasons, like spring, summer, fall, and not be consumed. So this will probably go back up over time. But having a third one probably isn't a bad idea. I could also, if I get brick, I can upgrade my existing charcoal burners to be more efficient. You know, it's up to you. And then food... I'm all over the place with food. I'm trying to figure that out as well. This is not a gameplay video, mind you. This is just more overview. But you get the idea. So this is the overall premise of the game. Let's just go ahead and assign a upgrade or a tech real quick. Let's do a tech. So let's just do, say... farms get 10% efficiency for each nearby farm. I like that, but that means I need to take mushroom log sterilization. I don't use mushroom farms, but in order to get agricultural revolution, I kind of have to take it, so I'll just go ahead and do that. All right, so getting back to the game itself, as far as a review goes, this is fantastic. Yes, it's not perfect. Yes, it's a little buggy. Yes, things don't work right. Yes, it's going to slow down over time because... you know, there's just, as you build and grow your civilization, and the AI does the same thing, it's more to manage, more for the computer to think about and process, so things are going to slow down over time as you just get larger and larger. But I love I love that the different regions have different commodities. Like this one has grape farming available. This area has cotton farming, so I can only put cotton farms here. When you build a farm, there's a drop down, and if you're in a region that supports a particular resource, it'll show up there. So yeah, there's iron ore deposits there. There's cocoa farms, cotton, raw coffee, and so on. I'm sure there's other resources that I have not seen yet. On occasion, you'll run into these mountains, and then you can assign a quarry to it just by putting it on top of it. That's kind of cool. You can build various structures like trading posts for trading. You will eventually be able to build things like statistics and set job priority building. So I click on that. I can actually assign, you know, I can see I've got 59 employed out of 61. Okay, I've got 2 builders, 68 laborers, and so on. Statistics, and these are particular buildings. It sucks that it's not in the interface anywhere. Like in Banished, there's a ton of buttons just for inventory management and worker management. Here, you have to build the structure first before you're actually able to really mess with that kind of thing. But overall, like this is a game that shows great promise. And like I said, I would happily play multiplayer with my friends if I was able to get more keys for this. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. If you guys haven't already, subscribe to me on Twitch and YouTube. That way you can stay up to date with any new content I happen to publish. This is Vince. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.